up, people? It's your girl, Adeola. Well. Olympics 2012 was the bomb! You know, I like to give a shout out to all my African brothers and sisters that represented. You know, y'all represented us at the Olympics. Y'all made us proud. I am so proud of all of y'all. South Africa came back with gold, yes. Kenya came back with gold, yes. Ethiopia came back with gold, yes. You know, Nigeria came back. Yes, Nigeria came back with something. Yes, let me see. Let me see. Nigeria, well, in my opinion, I think we were the best dressed at the opening ceremony. You don't agree? That is huge. Please don't look at me like that. That is something. It takes a lot of brain to put our costume together. Anyway, I think we were the best dressed. Yes, but apart from that, we didn't win anything else. Despite the fact that we had 58 athletes, you know, participating in 8 different sports. Yeah, we won 0 gold, 0 silver, 0 bronze. We came back the same way we went. I said, a whole giant of Africa. And what happened to the giant of Africa now? By the way, how did we become the giant now? I mean, who started the joke? Honestly, I don't think it's a bad idea to suspend this whole, you know, gigantic misnomer of a giant title until we get our acts together. What are we gianting when we went to London and came back the same way? One Nigerian woman said it is the witches and the wizards that are behind Nigeria's failure in London. I said, hey, what witches? These other countries have been preparing for years. We didn't even know we were going to the Olympics until some weeks to the opening ceremony. We don't prepare, but then we want a miracle. This thing is not magic now. When you prepare, you do well. When you don't prepare, you don't do well. It's as simple as that. The thing is, we have many talented people in Nigeria, talented athletes. Let me tell you, the only problem is, unless you know somebody, you're not going anywhere. Or at least know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows the Minister of Sports. You get what I'm saying? Yes, corruption. You know, if only this guy knows somebody, he could be in the Olympics. And let me tell you, he would do so well in the 100-meter dash and relay. You don't think so? But he doesn't know anybody. That's why he's still running on the street. And don't forget the Niger Delta militants. Those guys are naturally good swimmers. They were born on water. They grew up on water. They traveled all their lives on water. And they are militants, so they're already, you know, prepared. I mean, these guys would do so well if they were to swim in the Olympics. You don't think so? As a matter of fact, some members of the House of Parliament would do so well in boxing. Yes, boxing and judo. Because they've been practicing for a long time. You don't believe me? Take a look. It's okay to recruit people from abroad, but the problem is each one of them thinks that he's the best. So instead of them working together as a team, everyone is trying to outdo the rest so that he can be the star. Why do you think the US beat us so badly in the basketball game? 156-73? Trust me, that is not the work of witches or wizards. This is just common sense. I meant to say the US fielded overage grandpas, you know, like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, that guy has been around forever. Unlike this Nigerian, you know, basketballers, nobody knew any of them. No offense, but you know, I didn't know we had a national basketball team until Olympics came. Anyway, if 2016 comes and we still do not prepare, we'll have to keep blaming the witches and the wizards. Me, I'm just keeping it real. So speaking of witches, a 62-year-old man has confessed to be responsible for the missing underwear in Zimbabwe. You guys remember my last episode? I told you about how 26 women woke up. Mysteriously, their underwear disappeared while they were sleeping. They woke up and, you know, it was not there anymore. So, on my last show, I promised you guys that I would give you updates if they find out who was responsible for the missing underwear. I told you that the chief of Unjalele decided that they would have a cleansing, like a witch cleansing. So they brought a witch hunter, that's a Tekamatanda, and a pastor to come and perform the cleansing ceremony. So 62-year-old Lamek Nkobe confessed that he was the one behind the whole, you know, underwear drama. So he said he has a goblin which he bought in 2004, and the goblin was supposed to bring him good luck and help him get promoted at his job. But the goblin turned into bad luck instead of good luck. He started terrorizing women in the middle of the night, stealing their underwear since 2004. So these underwears have been disappearing since 2004, my people. The sad thing is that this goblin doesn't just, remove the underwear. He's actually been doing it. Yes, with these women. While they were sleeping, he does it with them. Me, I can't even say it out. It's too big for my mouth. None of these women came out when it was reported that their underwear were missing. None of them said, oh, by the way, they also had sex, in the middle of the night. Oops, I said it. He didn't say that until, the witch confessed that the goblin doesn't just remove the underwear. That was when the women got up trying to beat up the witch because they were like, yes, he had sex with them in the middle of the night. I was like, ooh, snap. When they finally brought out the goblin was wearing 2 pairs of underwear. And you know what? The wife of the head of the village was like, hey, those are my underwear. She said she's been looking for them since 2004, that they disappeared mysteriously. Okay, we won't go into that. But guess what? They burned down the goblin, and the chief decided that they will deal with the owner of the goblin at their traditional court. He's not happy that they got international attention for wrong grazing in their village. Like I promised, I just, wanted you to be updated on what's latest about the missing underwear, okay? I'm just keeping it real. Alright, let's move on to Kenya, where they're dealing with a more serious issue. The issue in Kenya is not underwear. The issue in Kenya is skirts. Do you know that the students of Ruathia Girls High School went on strike? These girls went on strike to protest that their school uniform, precisely their skirts, was too long. I said, high school students, teenagers. So these girls are demanding for shorter skirts and more appealing uniform. In other words, they want to look hot and sexy when they go to school. I said, what is this world coming to? But the trouble escalated when the Minister for Education, Honorable Mutula Kilonzo, supported the girls. He said he's in total agreement with the students that why should they dress as nuns? They're not going to school to become nuns. They need to dress smart and modern like him. Does he look modern? Yeah, right. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Anyway, the parents, the teachers, clergies, everybody was like, hey, you want to teach us how to raise our kids? You want to be telling us what our children to put on to go to school? They were like, no way. These girls are not wearing miniskirts to school. Now, the supporters of the girls were saying that this was the order of the day in the early 1960s and 70s, that women actually wore short skirts to school at the time and that there was no problem whatsoever. So, the whole of Kenya was divided between short skirts and long skirts. So between looking hot and looking like a nun. So a lot of people were so upset with this Minister for Education. Some of them were calling for his resignation. After so much pressure, he said he didn't mean mini skirts, short. Yes. He said he just wanted them to look smart. So he promised the people of Kenya that he will come up with an example of what an appropriate smart skirt looks like. And this is what he came up with. Excuse me, is that the skirt that the minister came up with? This guy, you are playing with your job. You don't pay attention when I'm talking. Is that the picture to put up? You are putting sexy thing, little thing on the body. Don't put something like that on my show. Put up the skirt that the minister was holding. Yes, that one. So yes, sorry Ojari. So that was the skirt that the minister came up with. It's 2 inches above the knee. So it's not too short for the students to look sexy, and it's not too long for them to look like nuns. I just hope that these girls will fight to be smart and not just to look smart. Because they're fighting to look smart. But I hope they would fight to actually be smart. I'm just keeping it real. So somebody told me that Nigerian First Lady and her husband, that they went to Jamaica for, the 50th independence anniversary. I said, that cannot be true. It is a lie. I said, how can they leave Nigeria when, things are the way they are? There must be a mistake somewhere. It must be people talking again. Enemies of progress. Trying to destroy the image of the First Lady and her husband. Telling me that they will go to Jamaica, they will leave Nigeria. I said it's not possible. I'm sure that Patience is a good person. Being a good wife. I'm sure she can talk to her husband now. She will just say, my dear husband, you are the best couple in town. Please, don't let us go to Jamaica because of all the killings and, all the bombings happening in Nigeria. And let us find a solutions to all these problems, me, I will keep working on my speech for my fellow widows. So I'm sure that she will speak to her husband. In fact, this last Monday, 19 people were killed in a Deeper Life church when unknown gunmen attacked them in the middle of service. Until I saw this picture of her in Jamaica. I was like, she's actually in Jamaica. And Trinidad and Tobago, I was so mad. I was like, wow, this is a huge disappointment for somebody like me who look up to this woman. I said, Madam First Lady, you really disappointed me. I didn't expect you to go now, to go and feel important in Jamaica. No wonder somebody was asking me, Adeola, how do I get a picture of Patience Jonathan in her bikini? I said, Patience in her bikini, look at you. Better mind yourself. Hey, God have mercy on you. You want to see the whole First Lady of Nigeria in her bikini. You are not even afraid. By the way, one lady wrestler picked up Michelle Obama. I saw that picture. And the first thing that came to my mind was, it would take about 4 wrestlers at the Olympics to pick up Patience Jonathan. I'm not saying that she's overweight, okay? I'm just saying that she's a dignitary, a special person, an important person. And you know, important people, you don't pick them up like that. Like they picked up Michelle Obama. For somebody like Patience Jonathan, important people, you have one person on this side, one on this side, one behind, one at the other side, and they will pick her up gently. By the way, I heard that when they were in Jamaica, that the president photographer was rough-handled. I said, they are disrespecting the president's photographer. And we think we're all that. I mean, they can't do that with other presidents. They can do that with Obama. The only reason these people in Jamaica are celebrating their independence is because they're not dealing with any suicide bomber or Boko Haram, you know? These people are moving gradually from the north to other states. Now they are in Kogi. I said, how far do they have to go before the government would wake up? It's like we're used to it. We are not even shocked when we hear that 15 people were killed in a church service. It doesn't even mean anything to us anymore because it has become everyday occurrence. So we do respect Madam Jonathan. I think about priorities now. People are dying every day in Nigeria. No, seriously, people are dying every day now in Nigeria. So instead of going to party in Jamaica, you know, why don't you talk to your best couples, your husband? Talk to him. Tell him to do something about the whole killing that has been going on in Nigeria. Enough of the dialogue. Tell him to do something tangible. Because we respect you. We like to listen to your speeches. By the way, Madam First Lady, when are you resuming in Bayelsa now? Because, you know, the whole world is waiting. We can't wait to see you perform in Bayelsa. You know me, I'm just keeping it real. Before I leave today, I want you guys to see some highlights of the Olympics 2012. Yes! Next year, I'm going to play soccer at the Olympics. The camera is still rolling. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.